ఆటోలో పెట్టుకో.
ఆటోలో
సార్ ఒకసారి జరుగు ఒకసారి. మంచిగా తీసుకుగా ఏమైందంట అని అన్నాడు. లేట్ అయ్యిద్దంట. ఇది ఇట్లా రావాలంట.
అట్లా రావాలంట.
ఫస్ట్ అంటుంది
దానికి సరిపోయింది.
తీసుకో, ఒక్కొక్క స్టాల్ తీసుకో, ఒక్కొక్క స్టాల్ తీసుకోరా.
Good morning, one and all.
Memorable one, not only in terms of academic feast but also in gastronomic feast. All have informative sessions and reach home directed. I thank our state committee for giving us the opportunity to conduct this 8th MID-TERM CME in Khammam. Thank you once again. Now I welcome Judge Reddy sir onto the stage. President, IPSTSB.
And Raj Garu to come on to the dais. Thank you, sir. I would like to Indian Psychiatric Society Telangana State Branch, Dr. Pavan Kumar Kulkarni Garu to come on to the dais. Thank you, sir. I would like to invite the editor.
गौरी तनया शुभवदना रक्षमा गजवदना पाहि मां गौरी तनया शुभवदना रक्षमा विघ्न विनाशनादिपा विघ्न विनाशित ईश्वर तनया नाट्य विलोला गणाधिपा मुंदुगनिनुगल्तु मूषिकवाहना मुंदुगनिनुगल्तु मूषिकवाहना वंदनमिदेगुनु उमासुता मा वंदनमिदेगुनु उमासुता गजवदना पाहि मां गौरी तनया शुभवदना रक्षमा गजवदना पाहि मां गौरी तनया शुभवदना रक्षमा मंगलदायक जनपालक मोदकहस्ता गणाधिपा मंगलदायक जनपालक मोदकहस्ता गणाधिपा शरवण सेवित सुरगण पूजित शरवण सेवित सुरगण पूजित चरण में शरणमु विनायका नी चरण में शरणमु विनायका गजवदना पाहि
President IPS, our chief guest today's function, and our co-chief guest, guest of honor, Dr. Chansek, and our secretary, Dr. Pawan Kumar Kulkarni, and editor Psychiatry, and our organizing secretary, Dr. Naran Rao, and other delegates, respected speakers, and very good morning to everyone. Today, at the outset, I am extremely thankful to the office bearers of Telangana State for giving us this opportunity to conduct this CME. As we all know, particularly during the COVID period, the whole thing is changed. The internet, computers has taken they entered the field by storm almost. So we thought the cyber psychiatry is the most wanted subject to a double-edged sword. People can learn the things like, we had one advertisement, Dunia Muthi Mein, like that, we can have everything in that. And at the same time, a lot of people, particularly the adult people, they are using a lot of philanthropy with this thing. And even the social activists, they are doing a lot of things all over the world by, like in the same dash, they are doing a lot of things to serve the humankind. At the same time, if you take the negative side, a lot of things are going on like cyberbullying, cyber stalking, cyber sex addiction, and other things like internet gaming, internet gambling. All these things are rampantly increasing. Even in the villages is going on. A lot of people will come to me, approaching the psychiatrist. They are losing a lakhs of rupees in internet gambling. 20,000, 30,000, even in the engineering students. A lot of people, they are losing a lot of money in this internet gambling. So how to treat them? So these are the important these things we are getting. And because of the easy accessibility, affordability, and anonymity, that's also more important. Because of that, everyone is getting very much attracted to this, internet or smartphones and all those things. And a lot of crime is also happening. So we thought this is the most apt subject to discuss and learn to, because most of the people like me, I don't know much about the internet and all those things. I'm trying to learn. So I would like to have this thing. I thought most of the people will be having the same this thing. So we wanted to have this. So thank you very much for speakers who have accepted, and for chief guests and guest of honor for coming here. And thank you very much once again for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Now request the President of Indian Psychiatric Society, Telangana State Branch, Dr. V. George Reddy Garu.
Good morning. At the outset, first I thank Dr. N.N. Raju sir, the chief guest, and the President for the Indian Psychiatric Society, and the guest of honor, Dr. K. Chandrasekhar sir, our senior psychiatrist from Hyderabad, and of the dais, Dr. Ashok Alim Chandani sir, and my office bearers, Vinas Bhai, Dr. Pawan, editor, Sai, treasurer, Naran Ragaru, and today's event, Dr. Organized secretary, Organized chairman, Dr. Satish Babu sir, and speakers, Dr. Sushil Bhai and Dr. Sujit, and we have Dr. Lokeshwar Reddy and Mahesh Gowda sir is to come. As I don't want to take much time, I wish to hear from our chief guest message. First of all, I think this topic, what we have chosen today, I think, as Satish Babu sir was saying, I think we all are facing in our practice, and it is going to really be one of the biggest addiction what I see, and sometimes it looks like it's an extension of our addictions. So somebody has a history of addiction, I think he's slipping into this new form of addiction, and the form is changing. Now we have got people losing heavy money in this due to this addiction. I think an apt topic, and I think we psychiatrists should be enlightened with this today's program, and to know the insights, and we should at least go back home with adequate knowledge how to handle this kind of issues. And I was showing this brochure to my wife, and she was surprised, what you psychiatrists deal with this problem also. I said, it's all in the mind. So like that, so people, when they come, they don't really appreciate that these psychiatrists can do something related to this. And I thank the organizing committee for the hospitality, and hope all the postgraduates and all the delegates will be enlightened with today's topic. And I should thank Vishal here for coming and enlightening yesterday's EC meeting also. I thank one and all. Thank you, sir.
To give his welcome remarks.
All delegates on the dais and off the dais. I won't name each one of them, but please accept my welcome on behalf of IPSTSB. Cyber psychiatry or cyber psychology, we are not taught in our PG curriculum, nor we have faced till, as Dr. Satish Babu sir was saying, till last 2-3 years, it has come up in a big way, and as he was saying that it will take over, or it may take around 20 to 40% of our practice. So to learn about cyber psychiatry, we need to have such kind of CMEs and conferences, for it is important for practitioners. We have very few books in our curriculum on cyber psychiatry. Dr. Sushil has on cyber psychiatry. So I think it will benefit one and all, the PG students here as well as the practitioners. Warm welcome to you all, and I thank the organizing committee for hosting us. Thank you.
Dr. Pawan Kumar Kulkarni to give our annual report.
Good morning, one and all, and I also I thank President of today's function, Dr. George Reddy sir, Chief Guest of today's function, Dr. Enel sir, President IPS, Guest of Honor, Dr. Chandrasekhar sir, Director of Hospital, and my teacher, Dr. Vinas sir, Vice President, Organizing Chairman, Dr. Satish Babu sir, and my friends, Dr. Sai Krishna and Dr. Narayan Rao sir, Organizing Secretary and Treasurer of Indian Psychiatric Society, Telangana State Branch, and dignitaries of the dais. I thank you all, and I welcome you all to this 8th midterm CME. And the theme and all are particularly relevant to practice, and I congratulate the organizing team for having this apt theme for this. There was much discussion whether we can call it cyber psychiatry or not, but this theme has attracted people here. And coming to the membership and state body activities, I congratulate and thank all the members who have been active in this last 1 year, who have been conducting various programs. And it would be a record to say that every program, every important day was observed by members at various parts. And as far as the membership drive, we have already given we have made one effort which was not successful, but we are coming back again with having we request you all to take time out and fill those forms so that we can have a data of the complete members, which we are not having at present. So there are some missing members. So that one I would like to impress upon you. And first and most important, sir, Enel sir, thank you very much. We have requested sir in the last midterm CME, by this midterm CME, the official is approved. So these are some of the important events that we have achieved during this tenure. And as you all are aware, we lost our colleague Dr. Tilmal, and a call was given. A fund was raised around 1,35,000, which was handed over to the families. So 2 lakhs were handed over as a check and 10 lakhs were handed over as bond to the family. We requested them to come here, but they could not make it. So these are some of the important things. So I thank you and I welcome you all, and I wish the conference a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would request Honorable Editor Dr. B. Sai Krishna to address the gathering.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, warm welcome to 8th midterm CME. Psychiatry, first of all, I want to congratulate the organizing committee and the Khammam Psychiatry Society for selecting a wonderful team. We are lucky to listen to the topic from new generation of speakers who are actively working on these topics. Dr. Sushi, he had written a book on cyber psychiatry from IPS. Dr. Sujit Sarkar, he is editorial team of National Journal. Dr. Lokeshwar Reddy is an active speaker and enthusiastic person who talks on the latest topics. Dr. Mahesh Gowda sir, you know, he talks on the law points. Dr. Krishnamurthy sir, I am really waiting to listen the new term, cyber psychopath. Dr. Minad sir, who is our new editor of Telangana Journal of IMA and President-elect, is going to moderate a session on good, bad and ugly. The topic looked like, say, Hollywood movie, and it has really Hollywood stars like Dr. Pawan sir, Pali Prashant sir and Manmohan Raju sir. I am really waiting to listen from them. Khammam is known for its hospitality. I once again thank IPSTSB and Khammam Psychiatry Society for giving me an opportunity to talk. And I want to update few points regarding our journal. Now our journal is indexed in DOAG, which is a milestone in our psychiatry. And our thirst doesn't stop here. We are actively working for Scopus also. Maybe in the next 1 year, we are keeping the target and we'll work further. Thank you. Long live IPSTSB, long live IPS.
Shekhar Garu to address the gathering and release the newsletter.
Dr. George Reddy, President, IPS Telangana Chapter, other office bearers of the Telangana Chapter of Psychiatric, the faculty who have come from different places, Dr. Pramod, Dr. Ashokalim Chandani, Dr. Rajesh, and my dear delegates. In fact, I always love to come to Khammam. The reasons are two, probably. One is that when the postgraduate program was started in Mamata Medical College, I was a faculty initially for a few years. The second reason is probably my forefathers belong to this place. My family name is Khammam Mettu, which is the earlier name for Khammam for a long time. I don't know whether that drags me to this place very often. And I've seen the Department of Psychiatry grow in Mamata Medical College over the years. I think Dr. Pramod was very instrumental in that. I can't think of Department of Psychiatry of Khammam without thinking of Pramod. Similarly, Dr. Satish Babu, who has been again a very senior psychiatrist in Khammam for several years, has been guiding the postgraduates of this institute, some of whom worked with us in the private sector at Hyderabad. And today, it is a great privilege and pleasure to be the guest of honor in this CME program. In fact, I think we should probably, and more so senior psychiatrists like me, should attend all the CME programs. For the simple reason that spending, say, 14 to 15 hours of reading cyber psychiatry, probably I will get the best of the distilled knowledge within few hours. One of the reasons why I specifically wanted to, again, attend this program is that these are the new concepts which are evolving. We don't routinely come across them, but at the same time, we come across the patients who are affected with these problems. And it's a great opportunity for all of us to learn on this topic today. I think we'll make best use of it. Once again, I welcome all of you and wishing this conference a great success. Thank you.
ఫొటోస్ తీసుకో మంచిగా స్టెప్ దిగు. ప్రేమ ఒక్కడ పెట్టుకో. నువ్వు తీసినాక నాకు చెప్పు. ఓకే అయిపోయిందిలే.
Thank you, sir. I would like to invite our chief guest, Dr. N. Raju Garu, to release the journal and share his valuable thoughts.
function, Dr. Rajareddy, who is the president of Telangana State Branch of Psychiatric Society. The guest of honor today, Dr. Chandrasekhar, or should I say Khammam and Chandrasekhar. The other dignitaries on the dais, including all our friends, Dr. Minaz, the president and the vice president, Dr. Pawan, Dr. Sai, and of course the people who are the architects of the one-day long program, Dr. Satish Babu and Dr. Narayan. Well, it's a bit of an embarrassing for me to be called a chief guest in a place where I feel I belong to. I feel I'm one amongst you, and being the guest or chief guest would be something not absolutely something which. But coming to Khammam, because in fact the same day I have a national CME in Chandigarh on mental health, on women mental health. So I had to choose between the two programs. Then obviously coming home is more pleasurable than going somewhere else. So I thought I would make it a point to come to Khammam when Dr. Narayan Rao had given me a message. So really my pleasure to be here, I think for many reasons. In fact, this is a place where I must have come about 22 years back. So when there was CME here, and there was nothing literally, I think we thought the medical college was built in a place where no humans can reach. But today when I see this, there is a lot of growth. I think you have a bustling activity going around, and the department too under Dr. Pramod Reddy has been growing by leaps and bounds. I really congratulate you for all your efforts. Well, coming back to today's, this thing is cyber psychiatry and all, I just was wondering how this word cyber had come from. And I just tried to look at it, it seems, I think it's a long history with a German term, Cybernetics, which means governance or management or leadership or something related to that. So then it is more of a cyber, is more of a neologism. Now where we use, and we are all intertwined with this word and knowledge. Whenever you go, you ask for a cup of tea or cup of water and all. Now we ask for Wi-Fi link immediately whenever we go, we enter a house. So that is the inroads cyber. Unfortunately, that word is also more related to crime. Cyber crimes are more common than any other word. But still, cyber is something which is part of our life. And I think Telangana can boast of a city with the name of Cyberabad. So this is something that the growth, the influence of this cyber into our lives, and I believe we can't, it is like air, water and cyber. Without these three, we can't live. Same is the case now, so obviously, but along with the goods, you also come with some price. The price we have is the psychological impacts, the abnormalities which the world suffers from. I think be it internet addictions, be it mobile addictions, be it any addiction, now cyber addictions are the norm. And I think repeatedly we get people who are hooked to, especially the adolescents, the children. I think even a lot of people spoil their lives getting hooked to this, and people are brought to our clinics. What best we can do about it? And we all know that we are more trained in using drugs rather than using the psychosocial methods or psychological methods, and that gives us a lot of problems in managing those cases. So by and large, we all know that this is more of a habit, overdoing our habits, the pleasure associated with it, the way in which we go into it. So all these things create a problem, and I'm happy that the Telangana State Branch has chosen a topic and also invited some of the best speakers in this field. I can see Dr. Sushil Gawande, who has been, I think he's from Pune, so sorry, not Pune. So he has been working on this for quite some time. Then we have Dr. Circle from Calcutta, Sujit Circle, and then others are also come, Dr. Lokesh Reddy, our own man. Then we have many in Mahesh who is more into the laws and all, and so we will have I think very galaxy of speakers today, and I'm happy that the efforts put by the local organizing committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Satish Babu and of course Dr. Ramod Reddy and Dr. Narayana and the rest of the people, and we really appreciate their efforts. And second thing before I conclude, that I think Telangana has around 400-500 psychiatrists, but unfortunately 180 or 200 are the members of the society. So I think all of us should make efforts to see that all of them are brought into the society's this thing, and also more actively involved in at the national scene. Again, there is a problem that we hardly have people who are interested to fight for those things. And I'm sure when I was made the president, then I saw to it that many of us are into the EC, extended EC, like you have Dr. Sai into this, Dr. Pawan, Dr. Minaz is already there, and George Reddy is there. And hopefully we will have Dr. Vishal Akula in the EC in the next by. So hopefully he will also pull in some more people after this thing, and so that more people will be playing some role at the national level. So I wish that would happen. And once again, I thank the organizing committee for inviting me for today's function, and wish this program a grand success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I think one thing to talk about Dr. Pramod. Anytime we have anything at Khammam, and sir is there, and really appreciable, and we have learned this, his way of gesture or the kind of hospitality. So thank you, sir. I think Mamata Medical College is synonymous to you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Organizing chairman of TS Psychon, to the organizing chairman TS Psychon, to the K. Narayan Rao Garu. State Branch, Dr. Pawan Kumar Kulkarni Garu. To To the Vice President of Indian Psychiatric Society, Telangana State Branch, Dr. Minaj Jafar Nazirabadi Garu. Thank you, sir. I now request the to hand over the memento to our chief guest, N. Raj Garu. And to our guest of honor, Dr. Thank you, sir. Dr. V. George Reddy Garu.
చేసిన మిత్రులు పెద్దలకు నా ధన్యవాదాలు. అంత దూరం నుంచి వచ్చారు. మీకు టైం వేస్ట్ కాకుండా సైబర్ సైకాట్రీ మీద మంచి లెక్చర్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అలాగే విందు పసందైన విందు కూడా ఏర్పాటు చేశాము. తప్పకుండా మా ఆతిథ్యం స్వీకరించాలి. వచ్చేసి మమ్మల్ని ఆనందం చేసినందుకు ధన్యవాదాలు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Telangana State Branch. Immediate past President of Indian Association of Private Psychiatric, Telangana State. Treasurer of Telangana, Premier of Indian Psychiatric Society, Social Media Specialty Session for the year 2022, and Ramchandra Murthy Best Research Award in Psychiatry from National President Dr. Jailal at Patna on the occasion of National Indian Medical Association Conference in Patna. I would request the chairpersons to introduce the speaker for the session of Addiction to Cyberspace, Dr. Sushil Gawande Garu.
Good morning. Thank you all for not taking a break, because I think the momentum should be on. The first speaker, I think it is so nice to hear that he is so much dedicated, or I think he is also addicted to this cyber psychiatry, and nice to hear that he has written books on behalf of IPS. And I request Vishal to introduce the speaker.
Good morning all. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving this opportunity. And today's speaker, Sushil Gawande, he doesn't need introduction, because actually he's a very famous and so he's a good speaker, renowned speaker. So Sushil Gawande sir, he did MBBS from GMC Nagpur, MD from TNMC and Nair Hospital, Mumbai. By profession, he is a professor in Department of Psychiatry, NK, PS, IMS and Lata Mangeshkar Hospital, Nagpur. In organization, he has given good services, and he is a past secretary of Nagpur Psychiatry Society and organized secretary of National CME of Indian Psychiatry Society and organizing secretary of International Child Psychiatry Workshop and member of Cyber Psychiatry section of Indian Psychiatry Society and President of Psychiatry Society Nagpur 2021-22. He is working as an advisor for Samvedana School of Autism Nagpur. And his teaching experience Topiwala National Medical College and Noir Hospital, Mumbai from 2004 to 2005, and from 2006 to 2007 he has given services in GT Hospital Mumbai, and 2006 to 2007 he served JJ Hospital Mumbai, and he has many research achievements. Recipient of Dr. L.P. Shah Best Research Paper Award of Mumbai Psychiatric Society in 2006, and awarded with Young Emerging Talent by Vidya Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Nagpur in 2010. And his research has been published in 26 national and 6 international publications. He is the editorial board member of Malaysia Journal of Medical Sciences, AFP News, Vidarbha Journal of APA, and reviewer of Annals of Psychiatry. And he is the author and editor of textbook of Cyber Psychiatry, published in Indian Psychiatric Society. His hobbies are playing instruments like flute, mouth organ, harmonium, and singing. So, with this, I would like to hand over the mic to chairperson.
Before the topic, I just wanted, I was curious why Dr. Gawande is so much addicted to this topic, and it's nice that somebody is making keen interest in this topic and even writing a book. I think I would like to first hear that from you, sir, before the topic.
I'll let you know in my speech on this, right? Yes, Telangana State Journal, Dr. Sai, and two most important person to whom I listened yesterday, Dr. Chandrasekhar sir and Dr. Ashok sir. It was a great insight building when I talked to both of them, sir. First of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak on this topic of my interest. And as Dr. Reddy said, why I am so much interested into this topic. Sir, the interns about their addictions, and we were very happy with that. Secondly, whenever we were talking about cyber addictions, enumerating the cyber addictions, that was another passion. Thirdly, then we started a cyber psychiatry clinic, and we started getting many youngsters in cyber psychiatry clinic in medical college. And in that region of Vidarbha, ours was the first clinic, cyber psychiatry clinic. And but our approach was very infantile, very nascent. Till the we came in touch. We need to look at this topic from a very different perspective, and that's why then my interest got aroused. And ladies and gentlemen, I will take you through those factors which are very, very important when we understand the cyberspace. This first question, is cyberspace a real space? And maybe there could be difference of opinion. But now, believing that the cyberspace is a real space. NATO countries, we heard NATO because of the Ukraine-Russia war. NATO organization was the first organization. They introduced cyber frontiers to prevent the cyber attacks. So they realized that cyberspace is a real space and a space of danger in this century. Slowly now you see all the countries, they have a team ready to prevent cyber attacks. So it's not an unreal space, now it's a real space. Now, why it is a real space? Because when we are into a cyberspace, we are taken into a different awareness, different knowledge, different emotions, and a different behavior. If I am not into a cyberspace and Pavan Bhai is coming from that side or Minas Bhai is coming from that side, I might say hi, how are you? But when I am into the cyberspace, I may not notice them, or even if I notice them, I would just shake the hand, but mentally I am completely into the other space, that's a cyberspace. So my awareness is at a different space. So the popular word, virtual reality, is now a misnomer word. The correct word is a real virtuality. So believing that cyberspace is a real space, is the accepted model all over the world to understand this concept more easily. Second concept is human cyberspace interaction is same as human psychoactive substance interaction. Means our interactions with the cannabis, our interaction with the alcohol, is it same as our interactions with the cyberspace? Partially it's correct, but our interactions with the cyberspace is multifold, manyfold bigger than our interactions with the psychoactive substances. Essentiality of the psychoactive substances is questionable. It's not an essential part of the society. But essentiality of the cyberspace is undoubtedly it's there. So our interactions is very, very different. I would like to take you back how this interaction is very, very important. The first part to understand this interaction is the nature of the human. Nature of the human is, one important part is there, that's the curiosity. I have kept something over here, right, wrapped in my handkerchief. Now, we all are curious, what is there inside? This is our curiosity. When I open this, yes, what is there, what is there, what is there, and then I realize the mobile is there. So humans are curious, and it's a mother of many inventions, curiosity. Now imagine I am curious about something, but that gadget itself is so well designed that it would increase your curiosity. Now, had it been a stone, and I had opened this hanky and see the stone, my curiosity would have settled there. But there is something else than that, that mobile is there, which is designed in such a fashion that more I do, more curiosity is there. The moment I open, I see different type of the screensavers. The moment I go inside, I see different sides of the websites. So it is such a type of the curiosity provoking. So nature of the human and the nature of the designs. There are thousands of the engineers who are working to prepare one mobile to make it so curiosity provoking. The design is so curiosity provoking that humans' curiosity and the gadget's curiosity that is coming together. Now, second psychological construct when we understand the cyberspace is S model, which Dr. Satish Babu sir just mentioned. The S model, everyone is aware. It's a common model which is not there in alcohol, which is not there in a weed. S model stands for, A stands for anonymity, and C stands for convenience, and E stands for escape. Now, you can't be anonymous and sitting in a bar and consuming liquor. Okay, your people can notice you are doing that. But you can be anonymous that a person adjoining to you may not know what you are doing on your cell and you are in a cyberspace. So that anonymity is available in this space which is not available with any other psychoactive substance. Second, the convenience. Okay, I mean, maybe that's the fashion, but still not very commonly seen that somebody is taking a liquor bottle in a washroom and drinking. Not so often. But yes, you can take your cyberspace in your washroom. You can take your cyberspace anywhere you want. So convenience, that convenience is not there with any other psychoactive substance which is there with the cyberspace. And third is escape. Suppose you are sitting in a liquor bar, you notice someone is there, known to you, you don't want to show your face. Now escaping from that environment, it's not that easy. People will notice you. But in this cyberspace, it's so easy. The moment you notice that something has gone wrong, let's escape. Let's delete the account. Let's walk out. So that S model works very differently in a cyberspace which is different from a model with any other psychoactive substances. Next concept is called as a AAA engine. Now this AAA engine again is one part of A is anonymity. But second two important are access and affordability. Now access to the internet is cheaper than any other psychoactive substance. Means you go for a weed, you go for anything. It's so cheaper. It's access. And it is accessible everywhere. You need not to visit this kiosk, that kiosk, or that bar or that bar. Access is there, and affordability. Every even in the rural areas and even among the laborers, everyone can have access and everyone can afford it. So that makes even a cyberspace different than other psychoactive substances. Third important psychological construct when we understand the cyberspace is called as a time distortion effect. Okay. Now this time distortion effect is very common when somebody consumes hallucinogens. है ना? Hallucinogens के बाद you get a feeling जब तारे ज़मीन पर चलते हैं, आकाश जमी हो जाता है. That's a song from a Khammam movie. है ना? तारे जमीन पे दिखते हैं, आकाश जमी हो जाता है. So the time distortion effect is commonly seen with the psychedelics. The similar time distortion effects could happen when you are into the cyberspace. When you are absolutely inside the cyberspace, you don't get that what's the time and what's the thing around, and you just get lost into that world. When somebody tells you what are you doing, and yet then you get back to your own reality, you get back to your conscious orientation. Till that time, you are disoriented. Next, fourth psychological construct which is very different in a cyberspace than in any other addiction is called as a online disinhibition effect. Online disinhibition effect. Now this online disinhibition effect means people are more disinhibited, they are more dared in a cyberspace than in a real world. If a lady is coming from that side, I don't know her or just I know her by face, now saying hi to her, I would think, I won't do that very commonly, right? Hi, I won't do. But if the same lady is available on a Facebook, I can dare to say that hi. So that online disinhibition. If I have some political opinions about something and somebody is saying something, I may not express in a public, but when in a cyberspace, I am disinhibited, I can post, I can say something. So person when he is into a cyberspace, he is more disinhibited than in the real world, and this psychological construct you can understand how it is very different from the other addictions. Next is called as a online desensitization effect. Now why? Means when we understand cyber sex addictions, when we understand cyberbullying, that time we can understand what is this desensitization effect. When I watch one crime scene, I will get, my God, what is this? Okay. They have murdered that lady in a such a way. If next time I watch the same movie clip, oh my God, they murdered the lady in a this way. Third time when I watch, oh my God, he used that weapon to kill that lady. Fourth time, oh my God, this is a common story. Let me watch something else. So this is when you are into a cyberspace, this desensitization effect would come. And automatically you would get less annoyed with the abnormal things and more comfortable with the abnormal things. That may not be true with the other psychoactive substances. Third important is empathy. Now, people don't empathize. When we put the WhatsApp message, like, okay, so we can read the words, we can't read the emotions. Similarly, when we are expressing our opinions about something, we don't have the similar empathy. If someone is coming with his problem and is crying in a real world, I can empathize with him. But the same message posted in a cyberspace, I can't empathize. Because centuries long, I am trained to behave in a real world with the people. I am just 20 years or even less than that, getting trained to behave in a cyberspace world. So lack of empathy is again a very important. The next psychological construct of worth mention is called as a online syndication effect. Now online syndication effect means if I am interested in some topic, I can find many other, they are also interested in the same topic. Means if I browse how to kill teenagers, okay, or how to kill women, there can be communities, okay, those people are also interested how to kill women. If I put in a browser how to find the children for the pornography, you might find many other people have browsed for that and you will find the communities for that. So all the people with the equal mind, a criminal setup or even a good setup, they come together. So a person sitting in Zambia, if he is interested in murdering children, and a person sitting in a Khammam, if he is interested in killing children, they can come together. That's called as the online syndication effect, and it's a very, very, very important effect for cyber, not for cyber addiction, but for the cyber abuse. So, online syndicate effect. Then, that is called as the self. Now, Mary, I can oftenly say, see, our self and our cyber self is different. I will take back to the basics of psychiatry, like Karen Horney, she talked about real self and the idealized self. Okay. So, there is a difference between your real self and your idealized self. There is more incongruences there, and you have a psychological problems. Now, when we read the books of psychology, when we understood this, it was limited to the book. In a real life, we often used to not talk about this. But with the cyber world, this is common with each and everyone sitting over here. No one is as smart as in the DP of WhatsApp, and no one is as bad as your photograph in your Aadhaar card. So, in a cyberspace, everyone would like to show him in a good light. That's called as the idealized self. We talk about our abilities in enormous fashion, in a multifold fashions. I visited this place for this camp. I often do such type of the social activity. I am so much interested in a tribal health. Now, you may have visited that place only once, but you would project as if you are doing it manifold. So, ideal, in a cyberspace is a such a space that most people, they would hide their real self and they would project their idealized self. And because of this congruence in a real world, yesterday someone saw me, my idealized self, and today I am meeting him, and this is my real self. And if there is incongruence, lot of expectations of the beholders are there regarding me, and that would create a psychological problem for me. Last psychological, there are so many constructs, but last psychological construct which is important for most of the thing is called as the amplification of the behavior. Mary Icahn talks about cyber effect, which is amplification behavior. Now this amplification of the behavior works on the principle of Skinner's operant conditioning. So more I do, if I put my photograph, if I get more likes, I feel happy, I feel rewarded. More I do, so that instant gratification is there, and it would amplify my behavior. So acceleration and amplification of the behavior becomes a norm when we are into a cyberspace. So knowing these 10 psychological constructs, now we can understand that human interaction in a cyberspace is very different than a human interaction with any other psychoactive substance. And it is manifold different. Now, is human cyber interaction same for everyone? If all the 10 psychological constructs which I have described, is it same for everyone? No, right? It is not same for everyone. Rather, it is very different for those people who are vulnerable. So, if the vulnerable crowd is there, if it is impacted by these human cyber dynamics which I have mentioned, the effect will be very different. That cyber effect would be very different. That may lead to cyber abuse, that may lead to cyber addictions. Now what is that vulnerable group? So when I talk about the vulnerable group, there are people with a very particular type of the personality comes under a category of the vulnerable group. If they are meeting with this cyber-human interaction dynamics, the effect would be very different. If a person of a stable personality is there, where adjusted personality is there, this effect may not be there. So people who are having neuroticism, they are having an introversion, they are novelty seeking, they are very aggressive, having a low frustration tolerance, are very impulsive, they are more likely to have these psychological constructs or these interactions manifold. It would be double, triple, and the effect would be different. Secondly, not only personality, there are people who are vulnerable, particularly the children and adolescents. So cognitive capacity of the children and the cognitive capacity of the teenagers, when it comes to the effect of their behavior online may not be similar to an adult who is there in a cyberspace. So children and adolescents are also in a vulnerable group, and that's the reason you will find in a cyber psychiatry clinic, many children and the adolescents will be visiting you with their problems of internet addiction. Third vulnerable group is a group having some social compromise line or social factors are different. So in these social factors, people with low academic achievement, people with low stable relationship, and those people who are having poor social integration. When it comes to poor social integration, means those people who are lonely, those people who are lonely as well as by personality, they have an introversion, they are more likely to have a double-fold, triple-fold effect of human cyber interactions. Those people who are not into a stable relationship and they are seeking to have some solace in the cyberspace, they would have double, triple effect of human cyber interaction. Fourth is a family factors. Those who are having the family factors shown on this slide, they are also many-fold vulnerable for this human cyber interaction. So having poor bonding in family, having familial disharmony, and having parental addictions. Parental addiction is an indicator for the addictions among children. If I have a role model in the family who is addicted to a cyberspace or who is addicted to any other addictions, there are more chances that the other people who are considering him as a role model would fall into that addictions. Parental addictions also becomes an environmental factor to foster the addiction among children. So having parental addiction is an independent factor which can predict the cyber addictions among children and rest of the family members. Comorbidity. We talk so much about the cyber effect and effects of cyber space addictions. We are really not sure, so many articles are there, whether it's a cause or whether it's an effect. Means all these comorbidities mentioned here, whether it is a cause of cyber addiction or whether it's an effect of a comorbidity. So that debate would always be there. I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, highest percentage of comorbidity among cyber addicts is a ADHD. In one of the studies, it is 51.09. So to that extent, people who are addicted to the cyber world would have ADHD. Now this ADHD is causing cyber addiction or a cyber addiction leading to ADHD is a questionable phenomenon. Few of the studies are there that a cyber addictions can lead to ADHD, and many studies are there who are seeing a background ADHD would add to the cyber addictions. So common comorbidities are a depression, anxiety, ADHD, alcohol use disorder, insomnia, and a conduct disorder. So again, it hits us that whenever we are dealing with any child or any adolescents having a problem of a cyber addiction, we need to think about the comorbidity, because comorbidity may be a core of the cyber addiction, maybe the core on which cyber addiction is mounted, and we need to address the underlying comorbidity. In assessment and management, other speaker will talk more about it. Now, next slide is very important for all of you to understand. That is, when these vulnerable factors are there, means a personality factors are there, familial factors are there, social factors are there, comorbid factors are there, vulnerable group is there, and when there is one catalyst that can again many-fold increase the effect of human cyberspace interaction. Now what is that catalyst? Any guess? One thing that can act like a catalyst, peer pressure, that would come under social factor. One is a catalyst that would increase the effect of this human cyber dynamics and only. And yes, ma'am? Curiosity again would come under a psychological concern. Access. So your style of internet use acts like a catalyst. Suppose you are vulnerable. Suppose you have a family dynamics like this. If you have a personality structure like that, but you don't use internet, will it lead to cyber addiction? Never. So what acts like a catalyst is your style of internet use. Being online all the time, being into a non-essential use of cyberspace. If you are using cyberspace